Hey Cozy fam, welcome back to my channel. My name is Andrea and today we're going to be talking about how you can create a cozy desk space that you'll actually love. So whether you work from home, love to game, journal, sip tea while you watch your favorite shows, your desk setup should feel like you. So in this video, I'm going to be sharing some tips and ideas on how you can create a space that is both productive and also sparks joy. But let's be real, mostly joy. Last year, I made a video in 2024 to talk about how to create a cozy desk space. So if you came from that video, hello again. But if you're new here, welcome. I love making cozy content such as lifestyle, cozy hobbies, as well as music sometimes. So if that fits your vibe, I love it if you stayed and subscribed. It definitely helps me make more cozy content for you. Also, fun fact, I have a degree in interior design, so that means I can professionally tell you how to rearrange your furniture and your cute knickknacks. So let's get started. So before we talk about aesthetic inspo or any cute desk accessories, let's talk about logistics. So here are the main essentials before you start. Number one is budget. Room size, natural lighting and lighting, new versus existing furniture, power outlets, storage, comfort and ergonomics, tech, and personal style. Think of these steps as if you are pulling ingredients to bake your coziest little office cake. Let's start with the least fun part, but honestly, it's the most important, and it is budget. So before you add anything to your cart and before you also start collecting all these Pinterest boards, think about how much you actually want to spend and what your priorities are. Are you upgrading your chair, or are you buying new monitors, or are you only planning on adding a few decor pieces? So I would recommend making a list and then rank what is the most important, and then also set a budget cap so that things don't go out of control. Trust me, it's really easy to overspend, especially if everything looks very aesthetic online. Also, please don't feel the pressure to buy everything at once. Cozy doesn't mean that everything has to be expensive. You can build your space over time, and that way it becomes a lot more personal and intentional and a lot less stressful. So here is a quick side note. I recently started a brand new series called Protecting Your Peace, and the first episode is all about mindful spending. So when it comes to bringing in anything new for your space, make sure that it's serving a purpose and that it's either functional or bringing joy, or even both. If you want to check out that video, I've linked it below. Room size. So before you start picking out furniture or thinking about the layout of your space, I would recommend measuring from wall to wall as well as the height of the walls, just in case you're planning on including taller furniture or even shelves. So the goal isn't to feel like you have to squeeze all these things in. We want to make sure that your space feels balanced. If you are working in a smaller space, I would highly recommend getting creative with your storage units or even getting compact pieces so that it fits perfectly in your space. Or if you're working with a big space that is amazing, I would just recommend being intentional with what you fill in your space with, because minimalism can also be cozy too. So the size of your room will influence everything. So from the size of your desk to your lighting choices. So it's really important to plan for these things from the start. Natural light and lighting. Lighting has the ability to completely change the vibe of your space. If you have access to natural light, try putting your desk near a window. It not only helps with your mood and focus, but it also makes your space more open and inviting. I would recommend putting up sheer curtains so that it can soften the light and not completely block it up. And if you're working in a room that doesn't have access to natural lighting, it's totally okay. You can fill the space with cozy lighting instead. You can have soft and warm tones. You can even have little tube lamps like I do. You can also have floor lamps or even a salt lamp to set the mood. You can also even add fairy lights too. Whatever makes the space feel warm and not harsh. So lighting isn't just functional. You can change the tone of the lighting according to how you feel at your desk. So I would recommend choosing options that are both practical yet cozy. So here are some lighting ideas. You can get LED strips, which you can put at the back of your monitor and even the back of your desk. You can get ambient lights, smart lights, candles, and key lights. New versus existing furniture. So whenever I do a cozy desk reset, I try to reuse a lot of my existing furniture as possible, only because, furniture sometimes has a huge price tag, so you can only buy it so many times. But also too, it's just more sustainable if you do that. So if your existing furniture still fits your vibe, then there's no reason to replace it. But if you do bring in something new, be intentional and bring in pieces that'll actually elevate your space and not just fill it in. Okay, this one is not so glamorous, but it's still very important, and it is power outlets. So before you place your desk, make sure that you count all of the outlets in your space. This is really important, especially for all the essentials that you are going to be having in your office space and desk space. You're going to need an outlet for your computer, monitor, chargers, your lamps, or even a candle warmer if you use one. If your outlets are in an awkward spot, it can make the accessibility very difficult, but if that is the case for you, you can always use a power bar that has USB ports. I can tell you that it is a lifesaver. Just make sure that if you are going to be using power bars, that you are not putting them in the middle of walkways or places that there's going to be a lot of traffic flow. We are going for cozy and clean and not chaotic. Little things like this can make your setup feel way more functional and clean and way less frustrating down the road. Now, let's talk about storage. So even if you're working with a really small space, there are still so many ways that you can stay organized without sacrificing aesthetics. Think drawer organizers, floating shelves, under-desk storage bins, or even cute baskets. So the key to this whole system is to create a space that is easy to maintain. So you'll want to make sure that you are giving every single object that you have a home so that it's easy to stay organized. So organizational tools that I love to use are desk drawers with little bins, cable trays under a desk. So the standing desk that I got actually already came with one, so I didn't need to buy one separately. But if your desk doesn't come with one, there's a lot of options out there on Amazon. Storage ottomans and baskets, and cute pen holders, comfort and ergonomics. So let's be real. If your desk setup is not comfortable, I guarantee you that you're not going to want to use it. So whether you are gaming, you're journaling, either working from home, editing, all that fun stuff, comfort matters so much. So that means choosing a chair that will support your back, making sure that when you're typing that your wrists are at a 90-degree angle, and making sure that your eyes are eye level to the monitor screen. If you have the means, I would recommend getting a chair that is adjustable or even a monitor riser. A lot of ergonomic chairs have footrests too, which is really cool. These little changes can make a huge difference for your body and posture, especially if you're going to be sitting at your desk for long periods of time. And don't forget, there's also cozy comforts too. You can even get a soft blanket, slippers, and you can also even have a candle nearby. So here are some desks that you can look into for 2025. Number one is, of course, a standing desk. I personally have a standing desk and I really love using it, mainly because I can sit at a desk for long periods of time. So I love to have the option to stand up. And I also love that it has clean lines as well. Number two is an L-shaped desk. So an L-shaped desk is what I have actually used for years, and it has served me well. Unfortunately, I couldn't fit an L-shaped desk in my current office space, but that's okay because I still love using a standing desk. But what's nice about an L-shaped desk is that it's great for multitaskers. So if you love doing hobbies, if you like having multiple monitors, or even if you like putting a lot of decor on your desk, it's a really great option for that. Number three is a corner desk. So I call corner desk a small space hero. And the reason for that is because it is really good, especially if you have very limited space to work with. I have personally used a corner desk before. It's not ideal for me just because I do so much paperwork and I also do a lot of hobbies at my desk. I also like to game and I edit a lot of videos. So for me, I just need tons of room. So if you are a person who is more on the minimalistic side, then I would recommend using a corner desk. And the last option is a modular desk. So a modular desk, I call it the adult version of Lego. What's really nice about a modular desk is that you can rearrange it as your life changes. Tech can be extremely overwhelming because there are so many options out there. But the key is to find what actually works for you. So first things first, you do not need the latest gadget or the fanciest setup to get started. I recommend choosing tech that supports the way you use your space. Maybe that means getting a second monitor for editing, or even using noise-canceling headphones to focus, or getting a webcam for virtual meetings. Whatever it is, just make sure that it fits your workflow now and in the future. The goal is to not only build a functional space for right now, but to create a space that is also adaptable for future uses. So things that I personally like using is a wireless Bluetooth keyboard. This is from Kaboom. They actually gifted this to me. And I really love it because it has a pretty chic design. I love that it has transparent keycaps. And I love that it's wireless. I love that I don't have to plug in a cord to create more clutter on my desk. So the wireless mouse that I love to use to this day is the Logitech G705. I have been using this for almost 2 years now, and it's perfect because I have small hands. So if you have small hands, I would recommend using this. And it's cute too because it's white and can definitely match with anything. I love using quirky wrist rests as well. It's really funny because when people see this in person, they're like, why do you have bread on your desk? And I'm like, it's not real, I swear. And I also have a croissant for my wrist rest as well. It's so cute. I also use a merino wool mat, and what I love about this is that it creates a soft texture on my desk space. My desk has a wood grain aesthetic to it. I have coasters for the many drinks that I place on my desk. I know we do it too. And then for sound, instead of using 2 individual speakers, I have the Sonos Ray. And the reason why I opted for this one is because it's just one sound bar. I prefer that aesthetic over using 2 bulky looking speakers because one, I didn't have space for it on my desk, and 2, the Sonos Ray fit perfectly underneath my monitor riser. And this is what I use for my monitors. I have all these items listed in my Amazon storefront. And the reason why I opted to use these monitors is because I read online that it is really great for photographers. It was at a really great price point where it wasn't like too expensive, but it wasn't like too inexpensive either. So I wanted to go for a happy middle. In a later video, I plan on covering the edges with white vinyl just because the black doesn't necessarily fit my aesthetic. So I want everything to match, but that'll be for a later video. Last but not least, personal style. Your desk space should reflect you. Not Pinterest, not that perfectly curated Instagram reel, just you. So whether you love neutral colors, bold colors, live plants, fake plants, or even having a vintage touch, I recommend leaning into anything that helps you feel grounded, joy, inspired, and at home. It doesn't have to make sense to anybody else, and as long as it brings you joy, then it belongs in your space. Here are some decor ideas. Art prints, photos, posters, calendar, display shelves for plushies or collectibles, coasters for your 3+ beverages. We all do it. I know you do too. Plants, whether they are real or faux, they all bring life to your space. And there you have it. This is your 2025 guide to creating a cozy and joyful desk space just for you. Remember, your cozy desk space does not need to be perfect. It is meant to support you, inspire you, and bring you joy. If this video gave you any ideas and helped you even just a little bit, I would really appreciate a like, and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you so much for being here. Stay cozy, take care of yourself, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!